The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's a Talk Melody Show, bitches.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's a Talk Melody Show, bitches.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's a Talk Melody Show, bitches.
The Tasha Melody Show.
Hi guys, this is Tosh Melody from the Talk to the Melody Show, and you are tapped into season 2, episode 4. Tonight with me, I have a very special guest joining me tonight. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hi, my name is Zulu King Shakiji. I'm the president, CEO, and founder of Kulturezine Media and Global Wake Up Movement, our nonprofit.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's get started. So can you please explain to our viewers your connection to the Universal Zulu Nation?
Sure. Real quick, I was taught by Africa Islam and Ice-T and educated by them, and I was crowned by Africa Bambaataa at 13 years old.
Oh, that is awesome. Awesome. All right. So can you give us a breakdown of Kulturezine Media and what is that whole process and aspect like, and how has that helped to shape your career?
Kulturezine Media is basically a digital urban version of what we have in Disney and Warner and all the rest. So we have comic book company, we have a record label, we're building a TV studio in LA. Um, and so we're trying to bridge the gap to tell our stories. And we have a radio station that we will be bringing back. So it's all about change
Mm-hmm.
and giving us a voice. You know, that's why it's so important that we make sure we stay connected to one, our black radio, because without black radio, you don't have black entertainment at all.
Facts, facts. So how did you get started in the industry?
Well, I was in a group called Low Profile,
Mm-hmm.
and it was me, DJ Aladdin, Coolio, and Dub C. So on the first album cover, it's only Aladdin and Dub C. So Coolio wrote a lot of the record, and basically we did very well. We were signed Ice-T's label,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of broke up after the first album. They went on to do 2 albums. Aladdin went on to sign with Ice-T as a producer. Ice-T got me a job with a guy named Lonnie Simmons. Lonnie Simmons owned a record label called Total Experience. Total Experience was the one that did Gap Band, Renee and Angela, um, you know, Climax. And so at about 17, I started working for Lonnie. I worked for Lonnie for about 2 years. And
Mm-hmm.
then Lonnie passed me over to Quincy. Worked for Quincy for about a year and a half. Quincy passed me over to Smokey. Smokey passed me over to Barry. Barry eventually at 25, 24 years old, he brought me over to Clarence Avon. And then I started my music career. So I've been blessed. I've had a lot of
Yeah.
strong guys in my life.
Facts, facts. Congratulations on that. So you started at a early age, yes?
I started my career separately at about 38 years old. So Coaching has been in effect about 5 years now. We started about 2019. We got tired of making the rich labels rich,
Mm-hmm.
helping them with the artists and the production and the marketing. And a lot of the artists you guys hear now, I help do a lot of the marketing for. And I just got tired, me and my partners, of making everybody rich but us. So we
That's
figured if we can do it for them and they call us to do it again for them over and over, we can do it for us.
most definitely. Can you also tap into working as a executive director, producer, songwriter, screenwriter, etc.? How do you juggle all of that at once within your?
First, First, that's Allah doing that, not
It
me.
is.
But um, I have a very small crew that works with me, but we've all been associated with each other for probably the last 35 to 40 years. So we kind of know how to cover for each other and we kind of work together. Um, and so for us, me coming from Universal, being assistant A&R director for Universal,
Hmm.
I wanted to make things right. You know, I've been an artist, I know what it feels like. And some of the deals that were getting signed, let's say less than favorable to the artist. And there's a point where you just kind of go, I can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been blessed to be able to pick up our record label is now currently distributed through Sony Orchard, but it will more than likely in the next 2 weeks be distributed through Atlantic or Universal. I just needed a major distribution. You know, you sometimes you got to pay the dragon across the bridge, right? So, and so now we're just trying to be a better advocate. We have a small label with three artists, a girl named China Gray,
Hmm.
who she's for a better part about 26 years old. She graduated from Chicago Music Conservatory in classical music and opera voice. Um, Her grandfather was one of the original Shylights. And then we have a second generation, what we call blue blood, a young lady named Lakin Saucedo. Her father, Dito Saucedo. Dito played percussion and still does for George Benson for the last 42 years. And then last we have the legendary group Ramp, you know, Roy Ayers Music Project. The guys that were the band behind Roy Ayers are now signed here.
And what is your the record label called?
Culturezine Music Group.
Kulturezine. Now, if anybody wanted to tap in with you
Mhm.
and get on or reach out to you in regarding your record label, where can our viewers find you?
You can actually go through our nonprofit, which controls a lot of that, which is Global Wake Up Movement,
Hmm.
Inc.org, and it'll lead you to all the other record labels, all the other problems and things.
Great. So, speaking about the global wake up movement, can you let our viewers what is that about? That whole movement?
I'm assuming we around the same era. So you remember the Self Destruction Project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Self Destruction Project was along with the organizations that were about trying to stop famine and gang violence and things like that. We have the same aptitude for us. We're a global and human civil rights organization. But
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to tell people what to do, we're trying to bring observation and eyes to those that are already doing the work. And so we're trying to help provide funding and organizational skills and educational skills, cultural skills um, through access. And
Mm-hmm.
to do that, we had to have the kind of track record. Me and my partner together probably have about 90 years of experience. And we have a variety of phone book information. So we're able to tap into that situation and, you know, release projects. And then the funding from those projects go to help the community to build and educate and motivate.
Blessings to you on that because we need a lot more of that in our communities. You know, as you stated, this industry is not an easy one to get into. And a lot of individual artists don't get the most favorable contracts. So, so movements like your movement, is definitely warranted and definitely needed. So, moving forward, where can our viewers tap in to be a part of your movement?
Actually, again, go to Global Wake Up Movement Incorporate INC,
Mm-hmm.
Global Wake Up Movement INC.org, and you will find our whole what we call Cultureverse. We
Okay.
don't have a universe, we have a Cultureverse.
Okay. So can you also tap into the project called Global Wake Up Everybody?
That's actually where we built the song. Was
Yeah.
the song was built off of, we all remember the song from Teddy Pendergrass, Wake Up Everybody.
Yeah.
So we literally took those words, the chorus, wake up everybody, teacher gotta teach a new way, builder gotta build a new day. We took that chorus and that language and created the Global Wake Up movement. If we only wake up one at a time, it's a problem. Same thing happening in New York is happening in New Delhi. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing happening in Compton is happening in Cairo. It's not a black or white thing, it's a rich or poor thing. It's about access.
Okay. And can you also tap into the your single because you have a single
We
out?
had a single. We're actually producing an album. We did a single with a guy named Danny Thomas, who was the original keyboardist for Confunction. We did a record and a video for him about a year ago, which prompted us to do a record what we're doing now. Um, the single was called Free to Dream.
Right.
And the video has everybody from Martin to Mandela to Gandhi to, it's just about we have to give our children the understanding it's free to dream.
Mm.
And if you, if, and, and our motto here is be the change in the world that you want to see. That's Gandhi. If you can imagine the change, then imagine being that change and moving forward that way.
Definite words to live by. Strong, powerful words, viewers. Strong, powerful words. And moving forward, um, what else are you guys doing? Because I know you have a lot of projects you're working on. So, leaning towards the global civil and the human rights movement. Um, is there anything coming up in the future wise?
Well, right now we're currently battling this administration, and I say that with the kindest of words,
Mhm,
um, that are trying to change and take the world back to an era that even the world doesn't want to go back to. So our whole goal focus this year is about making social, economical, and cultural changes. Um, One of the projects that we have coming up real
mhm.
soon is we're actually going to be doing a bank called the Global Wake Up Bank, and it's a black bank. It's a federal credit union actually,
Okay.
and the whole goal is to our primary members will be the descendants of black cities and towns, of which most people don't know there were 2,000 of. So Tulsa was just the one that they focused on. So anytime you go to an airport, that used to be a black town.
Mm,
And so what we're trying to do is give the urban community, first starting at home with our black people, that economic information and understanding and knowledge, and that'll be run through the Global Wake Up. And the next thing is the studio that we hope to get done,
mhm,
ready for the 2028 Olympics in LA in South Central Los Angeles, in the middle of the hood. We're going to put a state of the art, multi faceted facility that concentrates on the back end of the entertainment culture. So we'll be doing second chance programs for kids and parents that were teenage parents and at-risk kids and people coming out of jail and people that just want to make changes. So it'll be taught by the actual unions in the entertainment industry, the professors at USC, UCLA, Dominguez Hills, FIDM, the stunt coordination things. The object is to get us fully employed on the back end.
mm.
We never know where the next Spike Lee's gonna come from, right?
That's right. That's right.
Being a Brooklyn boy, I got to throw that out there. But yeah,
Yeah. So, how soon can we look forward to that?
these are actually in process right now. We're actually in the final stages for Global Wake Up Federal Credit Union. We've already been approved. It'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So
Okay.
it'll be both a digital bank
Hmm.
and it'll be a walk-in bank.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we're not partnered with any other bank. We're not partnered with Bank of America. None
Mm,
of that. We are set aside to contribute and educate our community economically and make them understand where we go. So we'll be investing in our cultures and things like that. The goal is for your people to listen, for you guys that have ideas and you guys that have thoughts that are trying to build something, this
mhm,
federal credit union is for y'all. We
mm.
invest in us and we build with us. That's the only way we're going to survive the next onslaught. But
Okay.
you can join.
Oh,
Your You can join. Anybody can join. Just the original person that turns you in, the primary member,
mhm,
has to be part of um, our primary members. Like if you're from the service, you can join Navy Federal, but I can get you in if you If I'm already a member, I can get you in.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So, what do you want our viewers to know about global wake up movement? Like, what is it that you want the world to know?
We want the world to know that we're fully awake and the urban community is coming to educate and protect ourselves. We have to become self sufficient. And so stations like yours are vitally important because without, independent and black and brown stations that are willing to talk to the people, we're not going to make a recovery. So you are very important in our next steps. So you understand that, sister. And anything you need from us, you let us know.
Thank you. And anything you need from me as well, you let me know.
We're very appreciative and we are open. So you got it, sister.
Yes, yes. So, um, stay tapped in to this individual. He's making big changes, big moves within our own communities. Is vital that we are aware, we stay vigilant, and we stay up to date with everything that is going on. Are there any shout outs or anyone you would like to recognize before we end?
Well, I have a shout out to my Zulu Nation and my family's been my family for over 42 years. So, and then my people over at Kulturezine and Global, we all family and all our Universal family. But I have two things I want to say. One is if we don't learn to live together as brothers and sisters, we're going to perish as fools.
Mm,
That's Martin Luther King. The other is he may not come when you call, but he's always on time.
most definitely. And one more question before we end the show. Uh, where can our viewers go? Like, is there like a platform or on somewhere our viewers can tap in? You say, global wake up movement, but
Mhm.
can they go on Google or is there like a particular
There's
website
a
or
platform that we deal with quite frequently, a place
okay.
um, called Onstage Plus. So you can go to onstageplus.com.
Mm-hmm.
They're a black family owned platform streaming service out of the Bay. So they're very good. They're very independent, and their whole goal is to be like BET when it first started, before it became corporate. So go there, support them. We have a channel on there. It's called Kulturezine Channel. You can
Mm-hmm.
go there, and they're also looking for content creators and things. So if you got movies, things like that, definitely come talk to them, and they'll definitely put you together.
Okay. All right, viewers, you heard it here on the Talk to the Melly show. So once again, I do thank you so much for joining me tonight. Keep us posted, keep us informed of everything that you have going on so we can definitely help get the word out there, okay?
You
Thank you.
family sister now. You done. You done messed up. You done made us family. We connected, so I'm good.
We connected definitely. All right. So with that being said, guys, I do thank you for joining me on the Talk to the Melody show tonight. And I am Tosh Melody, and we out. Thank you.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's a tough melody show, bitch.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's a tough melody show, bitch.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's a tough melody show, bitch.
The Tasha Melody Show.